Welcome to the Council, oh my comrade.
Hail and welcome, comrade. How goes the fight?
My comrade, I am very glad to see you again. This is the Council of Province Generals. They run the guild under the direction of the Guildmaster, and they're very concerned. I've been speaking to them about our experiences with the ghost of Jofnir and the attack on the Earthforge. We feel, the Council feels, that we need to further investigate Jofnir's death. You will be their eyes and ears, with Aelif assisting you. She can explain in more detail when you speak to her. If anyone can get to the bottom of this, it's you and Aelif. She's gone up to the roof of the hall to get some air. Stendarr, guard your steps, my friend. I wish I knew. I extend her Stendarr's grace, but the Council isn't willing to do the same. She disappeared from quarters after the attack on the Forge. They've actually ordered the rank and file to search for her. No, I don't. But I'm one of the few. Aelif has already made up her mind as well. Not only does she think Colors ordered the attack, Aelif's convinced she murdered Jofnir. Damn it.
Stay wakeful and swift. Only the bloodied blade deserves the scabbard. Strike!
I finished what I could on the weapon, and we repaired the damage from the Daedric attack on the Earthforge. The core remains unfinished, though, while we deal with these plots. Aelif reached out to members of the Mages Guild. They tried to summon his spirit, talk to him.
You must follow
They
through
failed.
on your swing,
Aelif says something is preventing him from
Wide
talking to
odds,
us.
like the crescent
I don't
moon.
know much of such things, but I'm sure she has the right of it. I'm sure you've seen some of the Council as you've traveled across Tamriel.
Shoulders up.
Each represents a
Now
former
strike.
province of the Empire, managing business there for the Guildmaster. Stendarr give us strength. Just amazing to think of this as the full Council. Skyrim, High Rock, elsewhere, Valenwood, and Cyrodiil. Hardly the whole of the Empire. We've lost a number of generals over the last few years, and a few even quit after Jofnir died.
By the Divines, it's good to see you here.
Flaminius Octor, Province General of Cyrodiil, at your service. I've long had the privilege and honor of being the Guild's arm at the heart of the Empire. How I wish that was still the case. I'm sure you heard of the unrest in Cyrodiil. 3 banners set upon the other. The sacking of the Imperial City, the death of the Imperial line. My time with the Guild has not been quiet.
Peace be upon you, comrade. Good to see you at my little meeting. Yes, comrade. My meeting. I am the Countess Hakruba, daughter of Tiganus, Flower of the Sands, and Province General of High Rock. This meeting was called at my request, as I have the honor of leading the council. The Guildmaster sets the goals of the Guild as a whole. The Council interprets her wishes at the province level. As head of the Council, I resolve disputes and ensure we are working hand in gauntlet with the
Your sword has
Guildmaster.
not earned its rest yet. It must stay wakeful and swift. Only the bloodied blade deserves the scabbard. Strike!
You must be the one Merrick and Aelif have been talking about. Finally, we get some movement round here. By the green, I am uneasy. All this talk of death and magic. Give me something I can hit. I didn't become Province General of Valenwood through quiet meditation. I got this post through action.
What I wouldn't give to be having this meeting in Skyrim. It's hot as dragon's breath in here. Ha! Aren't you a milk-drinking simpleton? Skyrim is littered with relics from the time of the dragons. Shrines, tombs. Trust me, comrade. Many are the lies and stories told to children. Dragons do not number among them.
You look formidable, comrade. Perhaps one day you'd care to spar with Razim, yes? This one is the Province General of Elsewhere. She has earned the name Iron Ear and fights like a champion of Thizrini Arena. You'd do well to watch your tongue, my friend.
Hail and welcome, comrade. I'll go.
This one greets you, Five-Clawed Walker. Your reputation grows. An old friend. Years ago, when Kassan Five-Claw captained the Spearhead, Herald Falvo is one who hunted my kind. It is good to see him alive and well after all this time. There are smugglers, and there are those who hunt them. This is the way of things. Falvo is among the more respectable, and we owe each other much.
Your sword has not earned
Kassan was
its
once
rescue.
marooned on an
It must
island.
stay wakeful
Let
and
us say
swift.
a few
Only the bloody
unclawed
blade
kittens took
deserves the
exception
scabbard.
to this one's
Strike!
success. They also had the temerity to sink Falvo's ship. We both did, by working together. When we finally left the island, we agreed to a new relationship. After the island, we were no longer hunter and hunted. We were friends.
You must follow through on your swing, my friend. Wide arcs, like the crescent moon.
You have spoken to Merrick, then? Seen the council? It is about time we acted. This one apologizes, comrade. She has been urging action for some time. Finally, to be able to... We have been tasked with investigating Jofnir's death, yes? We should begin. Jofnir kept a room nearby. Aleph gave instructions no one was to be allowed inside until we arrived. I shall keep watch here. Enter Jofnir's quarters and search for... something. Anything to suggest a road to travel. Aleph knew she could trust you. We found him in his quarters, the endless sleep. It was very sudden, but at the time we thought nothing of it. Jofnir was getting old. Sooner or later, one of the faster blades would have made him sit down. None. And slow though he was, he never would have gone to... what was it? Yes, Sovngarde. He never would have gone to Sovngarde without a fight. Too many voices. All of them very important, used to being heard. They want this mystery solved, and they want it solved now. They are used to combat, direct action. All this thinking hurts their heads. Aleph would have hoped you'd notice by now. This one loves to fight, loves the thrill of combat. But a thorny puzzle, a tricky lock, a track to follow in the woods, just as much fun as a blade in a brawl. Anything out of place, anything connected with a place or a person. We thought his death just the touch of chance, so we did not know to search. Anything might be a clue. Aleph knew she could trust.
Good luck, comrade.
What have you found? Interesting. Ragenthar is a dwarven ruin. Why would he... We must travel there, comrade. See if we can uncover more. Now Aleph is truly surprised. The Guildmaster had the magical prowess of a particularly slow horse. What was he doing at that ruin? Relics? Jofnir was no scribe. He was like most Nords this one has met. A Warhammer diplomat. The Guild lost some contracts because of it, but the rank and file loved him. Good thought. Perhaps some in the guild hall saw him there. This one suggests you question our comrades in Bergama. Aleph will meet you nearby. She has some preparations to make. There is an oasis near Bergama, Ogre's Bluff. Meet Aleph there, and we will journey to Ragenthar together. Ogre's Bluff is east of Bergama in the Hallowed Wastes. It's a fair trip from here along the southern border of Alakir. The bridge will be obvious. This one will wait for you on the western end.
Looking to crack some Daedric skulls? I've got what you need. Yes, he actually visited a few times in the months before he died. Always came into town dirty and smelling like boots after a hard march. Never asked why. Didn't seem like a thing he was likely to tell me. Go carefully, comrade. Uncertain times in Tamriel. Only thing you can be sure of is a good weapon.
Only the finest wares here.
Welcome to the hall, comrade. I bet you've got some good tales to tell of our war on the Anchors. Sure, of course. Had me set out some supplies for him a few times. He said he was going out to Ragenthar, that weird old Dwemer ruin. I kept telling him the mages had already emptied it out, but he kept telling me he needed to go. He said he was meeting someone, but he had to meet with them somewhere safe, that what they were talking about was very important. Guess that's why Jofnir went to the trouble of going to that weird old place. Oh, studying it and such. Ragenthar is weird. Unique, I guess you'd say. See, nobody really knows where it is. Physically, that is. It has an entrance near here, right? But the mages say stepping through the door is some kind of... Temporospatial claudication. I think that's what they call it. Anyway, it means the ruins inside are all scooped out of time and space. There are entrances to the place all over Tamriel, but nobody knows where it really is. I miss the Master General. Tell Papa watch over him.
Nice to see you, comrade. Our numbers aren't what they used to be. Live by the sword and all that. Sure, I remember him here, but not his business. I think he spoke with Akita a few times. I wish he was still around. Be interested to hear what he thinks of this contract, knowing the Council's all torn up about it. Oh, you know. The Guild has always been about our short, simple contracts. One and done was the mantra a lot of the lads used. Now this long-term thing with the anchors? The coin's good, but it's a big change. Not everyone likes it, that's all. We have our fair share of problems with the undead around here. You might have noticed.
Finest quality merchandise.
Welcome. This one is anxious to get moving. Aleph will lead the way to Ragenthar if you're ready. Here we go. Try to keep up, yes? Follow, comrade. This one cannot wait to taste the air in Ragenthar. Jofnir visits a remote Dwemer ruin just before his death. No coincidence. And now the guild openly opposes a Daedric prince. Risky, risky. To throw the guild against such power, foolish. This one remembers when we fought goblins, bandits. Small contracts, one and done, yes? Almost there. Be on your guard. And here we are, Ragenthar. Welcome to Ragenthar. The barrier here is a relic of its builders. They did something very strange to this place. Ragenthar is twisted out of space. This entrance here will allow us in. But it is not really here, if that makes sense. Lucky for us, Aleph came prepared. She can bring the door into focus. Let us inside. In her travels, Aleph has learned little tricks and techniques. She has fought mages, Daedra, the undead, even werewolves. You don't hunt monsters as long as she has without learning a thing or two. This one will just be a moment. The sound of gears. Watch yourself. Aleph is certain this ruin will yield answers. Anything to help explain Jofnir's death. Aleph is certain. It is no coincidence he came here just before he died. We will find the connection somewhere in this warren of gears and pipes. Aleph is certain is ruined. An impressive tactic. Are you well, comrade? Did it harm you? A protective barrier. With something inside, Aleph can sense a great power here. Formidable. But this one knows a spell to negate it. Not without your assistance. Aleph will subdue the crystals. You must destroy them. Your window will be short. The spell is taxing, and Aleph can only maintain it for so long. Be quick. Aleph will begin her spell. You run to each of the 4 crystals. The crystals empower the barrier. Destroy all 4 crystals, and the barrier will fall. Prepare yourself. Move your paws quickly. Now, destroy the crystals. Well, that did not go as planned. Of course. Aleph hopes you are ready this time. This is a difficult spell. As Aleph begins to cast, move to a crystal, destroy it. Move to the next crystal, destroy it. Move on. Avoid the barrier and be fast on your feet. Prepare yourself. Move your paws quickly. Now, destroy the crystals. Good. Now to examine the body. Quickly, comrade. It is a trap. Aelif is pleased to have you at her side. They are called Aurorans, a strange type of Daedra, I think. Aelif has only faced them once before. If she recalls correctly, they choose their allegiances carefully. Very curious that we would face them here. Let Aelif see. This is Jofnir's. His body here, but why? He was to be interred near his home in Eastmarch. Keeping us out, yes. But perhaps also keeping him in. Aelif has tried to have Jofnir summoned from Aetherius, and it has never worked. Perhaps now, Aelif has an idea. Perhaps with the barrier down, we speak to him directly. This one knows how to reach out. Aelif can draw him to this place, so close to his body. What do you say? Are you ready to get some answers? You have seen the spirit of Jofnir, but always just for a moment. This one believes we can summon him, speak to him, learn who murdered him. Aelif told you she has power, magical gifts, connections to lands beyond. She will use them to draw the spirit to this place. Then we shall see, yes? We begin. Aelif will start the ritual.
Who summons me?
Hush, spirit. Aelif will ask the question.
What do you wish to know? I will tell you what I can.
Aelif demands the name of your murderer. Who killed you, Jofnir?
It was the Argonian. My subordinate sees all colors.
This one knew it would be so. Begone, spirit. Aelif is done with you.
I have done as you asked. Release me to walk in Sovngarde.
Go. Aelif will call for you again, soon. Sovngarde indeed. You heard the Guildmaster. Sees all colors. She murdered Jofnir. Perhaps for you, this one has suspected all along. The lizard was the one to become Guildmaster. The lizard was the one who set us on this crusade. Aelif smelled something foul on the wind. Find Merrick and the Council. They are probably still in their moot at the Sentinel Guildhall. They need to know about this, and they will heed your word. Aelif shall remain and search for more clues. This one who sees all colors was responsible.
What news do you have? I didn't even want to let myself think it. When she disappeared after your visit to the Ayleid ruin. What is your proof, my friend? The Council will need solid evidence. Aelif did what? Stendarr's breath, that's disgusting. I'll have to talk to her when she returns. But I suppose it did answer our concerns. Oblivion take lizards and cats both. Seize all colors will be found and thrown in a cell. Stay in touch, comrade. We will need you when the time comes. Until then.
Earned its rest yet. It must stay wakeful and swift. The bloodied blade deserves the...
We'll contact you again soon, my friend. As soon as we have word of Seize All Colors, you can count on it.
Unbelievable. To think, Raziem was recruited into the guild by Colors herself. To sit here, hear what has been said.
Wing, my friend. Wide arcs, like the crescent moon.
This is not good news.
My homeland ablaze and the guild split asunder. I never thought I'd live to see the day.
Shoulders up! Now strike!
I bet things are gonna get really interesting round here.
Were it solely up to me, I'd have her head on a pike.